Mr. Green?
Yes.
Please sit down. Haven't we met before?
Yes. I think our children go to the same school.
Ah, yes, of course, that's right. Cunningham Comprehensive. Now, what can I do for you?
Well, I have one or two questions about my job.
Hello. Haven't we met before? You remember me? I'm Francis Matthews. What's your name? Where do you live? Where did you go to school? Today's program will tell you how to ask and answer those questions. For example, when you talk to someone about a new job.
Good morning.
Ah, good. Come in, come in. Please, sit down.
Thanks.
Good morning, Miss...
Miller. Linda Miller.
Ah, yes, Linda Miller. I'm Janet Baker, and this is...
Mr. Jones. I'm Mr. Jones.
Hello.
All right, Linda. Tell us something about yourself, please.
Well, my name is Linda Miller. I'm 23 years old, and I live at 39 Hilltop Avenue, Surbiton. My telephone number is 398-0761.
Very good.
I'm single, and I live in a flat with 2 other girls. I went to Berrywood School. Then I did a course to become a secretary.
Very good. Very good indeed.
You went to Berrywood School until...
Until 1975. I was there from 1968 to 1975.
Ah, yes. And what exams did you take, Linda?
6 O-levels and 2 A-levels. English and geography at A-level.
2 advanced levels. That's wonderful.
I see. And then the course for secretaries.
Yes, and I've been a secretary for 4 years. I used to work for Johnson Brothers. I'm working for Wilson's at the moment.
Very good. Wonderful.
Yes, I thought you'd say that. All right then, Linda. Welcome to the company. You'll have to take a course for 6 months. The next course is beginning in a month's time. You can start then.
Oh, thank you. That's wonderful.
We'll meet again, Linda. I'm helping with the course.
Good.
Good.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Linda.
A wonderful girl. Very good indeed.
Yes, so you said.
Oh, did I?
Oh, excuse me. Uncle David. I forgot to tell you. Mum said that she's expecting you and Aunt Betty for lunch on Sunday. Okay?
Yes, thanks, Miss, thanks, Linda.
Bye.
Uncle David, really?
Yes, yes, but she is a nice girl and she'll be a good shop manager.
Of course. Very good. Wonderful.
I've been a secretary for 4 years. I used to work for Johnson Brothers.
Now, you're an engineer, Mr. Green?
Yes, that's right. I've been an electrical engineer for 4 years.
And where are you working now?
Well, I'm working for Robinson's at the moment.
You used to work for Johnson Brothers.
Yes, that's right.
Now, tell me, do you speak French or German?
Well, I'm learning French.
Ah, good. Because there's a very good job here which requires a minimal knowledge of French.
Hello, hello, hello. What's all this then? We're inside a police station.
These policemen and policewomen are getting their instructions for the day. And this is PC Bill Russell, a British bobby. PC, that means police constable. In other words, an ordinary policeman. There are also police women in this police station.
Another vehicle stolen from Dover during the night. It's a Ford Cortina, Alpha Juliet Mike, 173 Mike. Colour green.
PC Russell has been a policeman for 5 years.
Of cases in the back carrying clothing.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I've had my car stolen.
When did you have it stolen, sir?
Well, I left it about 10 o'clock this morning and went back for it just now about 4:30 and it was gone.
Well, where did you park it?
On the seafront opposite the Majestic Hotel.
Today, PC Russell is on desk
Just take a
duty.
report for me, sir.
That means he has to help people who come into the police station. They have all sorts of problems.
And your first name's Mr. Easton?
Brian.
And your address?
16 Highfield Close, Canterbury.
What's your age, Mr. Easton?
45.
And your occupation?
I'm a civil servant.
He's also busy answering the telephone.
What's your name, sir? What's your first name?
There's always something happening in the police station.
And your address? What's your telephone number? Yeah, tap. Whereabouts did you lose the article, Mr. Wilson? And what time was that? Was that yesterday? Yeah. And what exactly is the article? That's a black jacket and it's a gents. Okay, Mr. Wilson, if you'd like to check again with us in a few days, it may have been handed in between now and then. Otherwise, we'll contact you should it be handed in.
Hello, it's me, Linda.
Come in, dear. Hello.
How are you?
I'm very well, dear. How are you? How's the new job?
Oh, it's very interesting. In fact, I've had a very good week. I've got a new job and a new boyfriend.
Oh?
Yes, his name's John. He came over to me on the first day and said, "Haven't we met before?"
Funny. Someone said that to me the other day.
Really?
Yes, at the club. Last Tuesday it was, at the Old People's Club. Bye, Mabel. See you next week.
Hello.
Hello.
Haven't we met before somewhere?
I don't know. Have we?
I'm Harry Roberts. I used to live in Kingston, in Summer Road, the house on the corner.
Kingston? I used to live there.
I knew it.
But that was 50 years ago. You knew me then?
Yes. But your name wasn't Miller. It was Johnson.
Yes, I was Ethel Johnson.
You haven't changed much.
What, in 50 years?
I knew it was you.
Wait a minute. Harry Roberts. Of course. You gave me some flowers one day.
That's right. But you already had a boyfriend.
That was Tom. We got married in 1934. But I'm a widow now. Of course, I've got 2 sons and a daughter, all married, and 6 grandchildren.
Ethel Johnson. After all these years.
Years aren't important, Harry. We're as young as we want to be. I enjoy life. Do you go to any classes?
Classes?
Yes. I'm learning French. It's always a good idea to start something new, Harry. It's always a good idea to start something new. That's what I told him, Linda.
Quite right, Gran.
And he agreed. So he's going to come to the French classes too.
So we're all starting something new.
That's right.
I must go, I'm afraid. Thanks for the tea.
All right, dear. Bye.
Bye. See you next week.
See you next week. I'm learning French.
I must go, I'm afraid. See you next week.
And now it's time to remind you of what we learned today. I've been a secretary for 4 years. I used to work for Johnson Brothers. I'm learning French. I must go, I'm afraid. See you next week. See you next week.
I'm going to another class now. Every Thursday.
Oh?
I'm learning to dance.
Good for you, Harry.
Come on, I'll show you.
Down there? What did you say?
You've got a wrench.
Yeah, you find one in my toolbox.
Hello again. In today's program, we're going to talk about people. Who they are, where they live or used to live, what they do or used to do. So let's listen to this policeman. He's asking some questions.
Hello, Mary. Who is she?
Her name's Mrs. Russell. She comes from London. 29 Bridge Road, Acton. She's visiting her married daughter. That's Mrs. Peters, 16 Bramble Lane.
Peters, Bramble Lane. I think I know the family.
Well, Mrs. Russell was bringing some money for her daughter, £200. She had it in her bag on the train, but when she got here, the bag was gone.
OK, I'll talk to her.
Oh, By the way, there was a young man with long hair on the train sitting next to Mrs. Russell, and after he got off, she couldn't find her bag.
A long-haired young man, eh? Ah, well, long hair. That explains it, doesn't it? Well, tell me about this young man on the train, Mrs. Russell.
David, you mean?
David?
Yes. His name was David Masters.
That's what he told you?
Yes. He said his name was David Masters, and he told me he lived in Brightsea.
I see.
Well, he said he used to live in Brightsea. He lives in London now, really. He's a student at the university. He told me that he took his exams last week, and he said he was going back to Brightsea for the holidays.
He told you all that?
Yes.
So, he said he was a student at London University?
That's right. And I'm sure he is, Sergeant. He's very nice.
We'll see, Mrs. Russell. Excuse me a minute.
That young man?
Yes, he's the one we want. He said his name was David Masters. He said he lived in Brightsea. Ha!
He does.
What?
He lives in Brightsea. I telephoned. The Masters family have a son, David.
Oh.
But he's not at home at the moment.
Ah, of course he's not. He's spending that £200.
I don't think so.
David.
Hello, Mrs. Russell. Are you looking for this?
Yes, thank you.
Are you David Masters?
Yes.
And you've got Mrs. Russell's bag?
That's right. I've got her bag, and she's got my bag.
Have I?
Yes. That's mine, and this is yours. Your handbag was in it. Were you worried?
Yes, a little.
It's all right now. Come on, let's go and have a cup of tea.
All right. You see, Sergeant, I said he was a nice young man.
Goodbye, Mrs. Russell. What did you say about young men with long hair?
Me? I said I like them. They're very nice. They offer peace.
With long hair, too.
He said his name was David. He told me he lived in Brightsea.
What did he tell you? What did he say? What did he tell you? What did he say? He said his name was David. He said he lived in Brightsea. He said he was a student at the university. He told me, and now I'm telling you, and every word was true. He told you his name was David. That's right. He told you he lived in Brightsea. Yes, yes. He told you he was a student. Yes, he did. And he studied at the university. That's right, he did. That's right, he did. He told me, and now I'm telling you, and every word was true.
Mary, before you go, can you read French?
Well, yes, a little.
I've got a letter here. It's about a summer course you can do in France. Joyce, my wife, wrote to them about it.
Let's see.
What do they want to know?
It says, person taking the course, please give full name.
Full name. Yes?
address and telephone number.
Yes.
They want to know if the person is married or single, male or female.
Right, I've got that.
And they want to know date and place of birth.
OK.
Now, what's this? Oh, yes. They want to know if you've done any courses in cooking before. Cooking? So that's the course. French cooking.
Yes. You see, I told my wife the other day that she was a good housewife, but not a very good cook.
You told her that? Wasn't she angry?
No, not at all. She said I was right. And a few days later, she wrote about this course.
So she's going to do the course during the holiday?
Well, no. I am. What do they want to know?
They want to know...
It's Harry Jackson.
What does he want to know?
He wants to know if anyone is going to the meeting this evening.
Tell him somebody will be along.
Hello, someone will come.
Can I help you?
Oh, yes. I'd like to hire a Ford Cortina, please.
Yes, how long would you like it for?
About 2 weeks.
I'll have a look if I have one.
Thank you.
What does she want to know?
Oh, she wants to know how long we need the car.
Oh.
Sergeant. Ah, Jenkins.
Yes, Sergeant.
Your first night here.
Yes.
Well, first things first, Jenkins.
Yes, Sergeant.
Sit down, Jenkins.
Yes, Sergeant.
That man.
That man, Sergeant?
That man over there. Can you see him?
Yes, Sergeant.
He is the most dangerous man in Britain.
Is he?
Yes. His name is William Naylor, Jenkins. He was born in this town, and he went to the local school around the corner. He was there from September until October 1953. But he didn't like the school, Jenkins.
No?
No. And there isn't a school there now. There was a fire, you see, in October 1953. A big fire. And no more school.
Oh.
Do you think William Naylor is married, Jenkins?
I don't know, Sergeant.
He was married. But his wife had an accident. His second wife had an accident, too. And his third wife. And his fourth. And his fifth.
Good heavens.
He doesn't like policemen, Jenkins. He doesn't like young policemen. Young policemen who meet William Naylor don't become old policemen. Do you understand?
Yes, Sergeant.
So be careful.
Yes, Sergeant.
He's the most dangerous man in Britain. He was born in this town. He went to the local school.
Right. It's time to go out on the beat. Let's join a British bobby as he leaves the police station for a walk through his area. It's not unusual to see a policeman walking around the streets like this. It happens in most British towns and villages.
Morning, children. Hello. All right. Where are you all off to today, then? Oh, yeah. What are you going in there for? Hey? Do you not know? Going to have a look around the police station? You've been in there before? Glad to hear that. See you later, then. Ta-da. Bye-bye. Ta-da. Bye-bye. Ta-da. Ta-da.
He's there to help people, if he can. He always has a lot of people stopping him to ask questions.
Have you got Woolworths in here?
Yeah,
Big,
the main shopping street is that street there. See where the traffic lights are?
Oh, okay.
In between the traffic lights, walk along there.
Okay.
Woolworths is on the left-hand side of the road, about 300 yards.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey there.
Next time you're in Britain and have a problem, ask a policeman.
Well, it's time to remind you of the English we've learnt today. He said his name was David. He told me he lived in Brightsea. What do they want to know? They want to know he was born in this town. He went to the local school.
Keep away! Keep away!
Go through where it says departures, please. Thank you. Through to Amsterdam.
We got the other two return.
Keith, wait a minute. This is heavy. Keith, please stop.
Oh, come on, we're late. We missed the flight. Look, you take that one, all right?
Hello again. Do your friends watch Follow Me? Why don't you tell them about the programs? I'm suggesting you tell them. I'm asking you to tell them. How to suggest or ask something. That's what we're doing in today's program.
There he is. Hello, dear. Hello, Dad. Hello.
Hello.
We've brought you some grapes, dear. Grapes. He wants you to show them to him, Carol.
Grapes, Dad. Very nice. Very good. Do you want a grape?
Thanks.
I saw the insurance man, dear. He wants you to fill in these forms.
Shall I fill them in for you, Dad? Oh, all right.
How are you today?
You're looking well. You've got someone to talk to now. Well, to listen to, that is.
Mr. Ridley telephoned, dear. Yes, your boss. He wants you to have a nice rest and not to worry. He wants you to be well and strong again before you go back to work.
Yes, he wants you to forget about all the problems he has.
What is it, dear?
I think he wants us to eat the grapes, Mum.
Is that what you want, dear? What's that? Oh.
What is it, Mum? What does Dad want?
Nurse? Nurse? Excuse me.
Yes.
It's my husband. I think he wants you to bring him...
All right, I'll get one for him.
He wants you to fill in these forms. He wants you to. He wants you to fill in these forms.
Shall I fill them in for you?
Trade reference.
Now what's the matter?
She wants me to fill in this form.
Oh, shall I do it for you?
No, it's all right. I'll do it.
I don't mind. Have you filled in the form yet?
Just doing it.
What happened to you then? Why are you here?
I was in the same car as your father. It was my driving test.
All right. Would you please turn left at the next corner?
The next corner?
Yes. Will you please turn left?
Okay. Turn left!
Left! What? Please turn left, not right.
Oh, sorry. There we are.
Would you please look before you do that?
Look?
Yes. Please look carefully before you turn. In front of you and behind you.
Right.
Always look in front of you and behind you. Please.
Okay.
Now, would you please stop at the corner?
But first, look in front.
Yes, but now, will you please stop at the corner?
And now, look behind. In the mirror.
Please, stop!
I remembered, didn't I?
Stop!
And did you stop?
Well, yes, but not quite soon enough.
I see.
Carol,
Yes, Albert.
could you ask your father something?
Dad? Albert? That's Albert. Wants you to tell me whether he passed his test. I don't think you did, Albert.
Would you please stop? Will you please stop? Please stop. Stop.
Would you please stop that? Sorry. Yeah. Will you please stop that, Jack? Sorry. Please stop that, Jack! Sorry, yeah, Thursday. Yeah. Stop that!
It's funny your accident brought Carol and Albert together.
Please tell him that I think he's the worst man I know.
She thinks you're the worst man she knows.
And please tell your daughter that I don't care what she thinks.
He doesn't care what you think.
Well, please tell him to be quiet.
Be quiet.
Please tell her that I will not be quiet.
There you are, Albert. A nice cheese sandwich and a cup of tea.
Thanks.
Please tell him that he eats too much.
Sandwich, dear?
Oh, thanks, Mum.
Please tell her that sandwiches make girls very fat.
Ooh, there. Isn't that nice? an evening at home with the family.
Please tell him to be quiet.
It's Mr. Brown. Wants to know if his car's ready.
Tell him I've just finished it.
Wants you to check the oil, too.
Tell him I've just checked it.
Yes, it is ready, Mr. Brown.
F5, Dover Port Control. You may enter Eastern, number 3 berth. Over.
This man is one of the radio controllers at the seaport of Dover in the southeast of Britain. He controls all the ships that enter the harbour. Most of the ships that arrive here come from Calais, Boulogne and Dunkirk. They are cross-channel ferries, bringing passengers and their cars to Britain. They come and go day and night. Dover is the busiest port in Britain. Many people who come here for a holiday or business trip bring their cars. First of all, you have to go through passport control, and then to health and immigration. And remember this, animals are not allowed into Britain without special permission. So don't bring your cat and dog for a holiday. At the customs, you have a choice. Green means you have nothing to declare. Red means that you have something which must be declared to the customs officer. You may have to pay customs duty. If you go through the green lane, the customs officer will stop you and ask about duty-free allowances.
Morning. Good morning. How long are you coming to the UK for?
2 weeks.
On business?
Yes, sir.
Nice. Do you understand the duty-free allowances?
Yes, I do.
You're under nothing to declare, Lane. Do you have anything in excess?
No.
Carry on then.
Thank you.
So off you go to start that business trip or holiday. Now you must remember the most important thing of all. In Britain, everyone drives on the left. There are plenty of warning signs, so make sure you don't look the wrong way. The speed limits on all roads are marked in miles per hour, so if the limit is 60, then don't go faster than 95 kilometers an hour. On motorways, the limit is 70 miles an hour. So off you go, and remember, drive on the left.
Today's program was about how to suggest or ask something in English. For example, he wants you to fill in these forms. Shall I fill them in for you? Would you please stop? Will you please stop? Please stop. Stop. Please tell him to be quiet.
All right. I'm sorry.
And I'm sorry too.
What is it?
I was just thinking about you in the car with Dad. Would you please stop? Will you please stop? Please stop! Stop!
Albert!
Excuse me, can you help me? How can I get to Dover?
Take the 11:30 train to Ashford and change at Tunbridge.
The 11:30 to Ashford and change at Tunbridge. Thank you.
Hello. When do you speak English? Well, when you have to travel, for example. So in today's program, we talk about a man with a problem. A big problem.
Easy to get to Brightly, Peter.
Oh?
You can get a train from King's Cross Station. There are 3 trains an hour.
Oh, yes.
There's a slow train at 10 minutes past the hour, and at 10 minutes to the hour, and there's a fast train on the half hour.
Good.
Are you listening, Peter?
Yes, of course.
You can take a fast train.
Yes.
I thought so.
I'm hungry.
You're always hungry. That's the problem. That's why you're going to this special club.
Yes.
Now, where were we? Trains from King's Cross on the half hour. A second-class return costs £14.
£14?
I'll ring the station and reserve a seat for you on the train.
All right.
Hello? Seat reservations, please. Hello, yes. I'd like to reserve a seat on the 9:30 train to Brightly, please. Next Saturday. That's right. Oh, a non-smoker, please. Yes, the name's Smith. Oh, there isn't a restaurant car. Oh, good. Right, thank you. Goodbye. There we are. Have you been eating, Peter?
Eating? Me?
Yes.
Jean!
So now you see why you must go to this club. There are no chocolate cakes there.
No chocolate cakes?
And no bread and no potatoes. A lot of salads and fruit juice. So, it takes 3 hours to get to Brightly from King's Cross Station. You'll be there by 12:30.
In time for lunch.
In time for fruit juice. And after 3 weeks, you'll come back a new man.
But I don't want to be a new man.
Yes, you do. You're going to be a new thin man. There are 3 trains an hour. A second-class return costs...
How long will I have to wait?
Not very long. There are 3 trains an hour.
I see. And do I have to change?
Yes, change at Crewe.
At Crewe, right. Oh, and how much is it, please?
Second class?
Yes.
Return?
Yes.
A second class return costs £14.
Thank you.
Excuse me, Inspector.
Yes, madam.
We want to get to King's Cross Station.
King's Cross Station, madam? No problem. You can get a bus from stop number 4. There are 6 buses an hour. A ticket to King's Cross Station costs 15 pence and it takes 10 minutes to get there. The next bus is at 9:05.
Well, yes.
Have you asked, Jean?
Yes.
You want to get to King's Cross Station, sir?
Yes.
It's very easy. There's a bus every 10 minutes from stop number 4. The next bus is at 9:05 and a ticket to King's Cross Station costs 15 pence. It takes 10 minutes to get there. It's all in here, sir, you see. This is my first day in my new job, but it's all in here.
Good.
But we're in our car, you see. We want to get to King's Cross Station by car.
By car?
Yes. Sorry.
Oh, well, along that road. It's about 3 kilometres to King's Cross Station. Straight on.
Thanks.
Yes, thanks. And good luck in your new job, Inspector.
Thank you, madam. Goodbye. The next bus is at 9:05. It's about 3 kilometres to King's Cross Station. It takes 10 minutes to get there.
Oh, excuse me. Is there a bus to the centre?
Yes, the next bus is at 9:05.
Oh, God.
Should be here in about 10 minutes. Bus stop just across the road.
Thank you.
Going to London, certainly, sir, I'll tell you how. Going to London, certainly, madam, there are 3 trains an hour. There's a slow train at 10 minutes past, and another slow train at 10 minutes to. There's a fast train on the half hour. That's the train for you. A second class return costs £15.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Going to London, certainly, sir, I'll tell you how. Going to London, certainly, madam, there are 6 buses an hour. You can get a bus from stop number 4. Just join the queue. It takes an hour and a half to get there.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Excuse me, how far is it to the town centre?
Are you walking?
No, I'll take a taxi.
It's about 3 kilometres to the centre. It'll take about 10 minutes to get there.
Thank you.
Look, I've got everything. You've got a reserved seat in coach 3, seat number 2C.
Right.
Here's your ticket. Second class return to Brighton.
Okay.
Your train leaves from platform 6 in 10 minutes. It takes 3 hours to get there.
Do I have to change?
No, the train stops at Nottingham, but you don't have to change.
All right.
Come on then, platform 6. Good heavens, what have you got in here?
Nothing.
Nothing? I thought so.
I can't live on salads and fruit juice for 3 weeks.
Yes, you can. That's what the club is for. Porter! Porter!
But Gina! Yes, madam?
Can you take the suitcase to my car?
Okay. Jean. Right. Where's your car, madam?
Over there, I'll come with you. Now off you go, Peter. Platform 6. Have a good time and come back in 3 weeks a new man.
All right. Goodbye. Do I have to change?
I'm going to Canterbury. Is it a long journey by train?
Yes, it takes 2 hours to get there.
And do I have to change?
Yes, you must change at Tunbridge. But there are 3 trains an hour.
These people are arriving by coach to spend a couple of hours at a brewery. It's a place where they make beer. No, they're not going to drink beer. They're here to see how beer is made.
Right, well this is the mash tun, and this is where we start the brew. What you see is the malt. Now this is malt in its natural state. If you'd like to look at it, pass it round.
The visitors are all foreign students from an English language school. This trip to the brewery is a special outing.
If you'd like to look at it.
Later, in the classroom, they will talk about what they've seen and where they've been.
If you'd like to take a few and have a look at them. Don't taste them, they don't taste very nice.
That is fun.
These are our hops, in pellet form. Now you will see he puts a light inside the barrel and he looks inside the barrel just to make sure there's nothing in there. He then smells it to make sure it smells clean. He then puts one of these, which is called a keystone. And it goes down to where the barrels are filled. So like... Smell it? You smelt it? There's your bone. There's a hammer. Hard. Okay. No, it's not hard enough.
Every year, thousands of students come to Britain to learn English. They go to special schools. In the classroom, they often talk about some of the things they see and do during the time they spend in Britain.
Before I closed the barrel, I had this light and looked inside.
Can you show us how you...
Yes. I put the light in the hole. Everything is all right. Put the bang, hammer's tight.
Okay, that doesn't look tight to me. Tight.
And all right, and the barrel goes in the bend and must go down.
And now, the English we learnt today. There are 3 trains an hour. A second-class return costs... The next bus is at 9:05. It's about 3 kilometres to King's Cross Station. It takes 10 minutes to get there. Do I have to change?
That's Peter now. Peter!
Hello, darling.
Peter, it's wonderful.
Ah, yes. But look.
Oh, yes. Oh, Mother, I've got a new husband. Look.
How long are you staying here? 4 days.
We are spending our time looking at some local castles and old houses.
Where can I get a book about castles? Is there a good bookshop near here?
Yes, just up the road. Turn right when you go outside.
Hello. When you travel, you often ask people where you can get things. Our program today will tell you how to ask, where can I get it?
That's right, sir. 3:30. All the banks close at 3:30. Oh, and by the way, they're not open at all on Saturdays. No, not at all. That's all right, sir. Goodbye.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Where can I get some flowers, please?
There's a flower shop in King Street, sir. Turn right outside the hotel. The flowers there are usually very fresh.
Thanks.
You want some flowers, I believe.
That's right.
Bramley's is the place to go.
Bramley's?
It's a wonderful place. They sell everything, not just flowers. It's a department store, a very good one.
I bought some flowers at Bramley's 40 years ago for my new wife.
That's right.
Well, these flowers are for my new wife.
Wonderful. They'll find something special for you at Bramley's. And they're not expensive.
Good. Where is Bramley's?
It's not far. We can take you there if you like. We're going for a walk.
Good idea. And flowers are a good idea too. Madge likes flowers. Don't you, my dear?
Yes, of course.
You come with us.
All right.
Thank you, madam.
We're taking this young man to Bramley's.
Bramley's?
For the flowers. He wants to buy some flowers.
Yes, but...
You get very good flowers at Bramley's.
Not anymore, I'm afraid.
What?
They don't sell flowers now?
They don't sell anything. Bramley's isn't there now. They built some offices there about 10 years ago.
Oh, dear. Everything changes, doesn't it? At least the hotel is still here.
And what's more important, ha ha ha, we're still here. Ha ha ha.
Thank heavens.
Where can I get some flowers?
There's a flower shop.
Oh, don't forget to stop on the way. We must get something for Jane and Brian. Where can I get some flowers?
I know. There's a flower shop in the high street. It's not far.
Oh, great. Well, perhaps if we stop there, we could perhaps drop...
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Not sir, please. That makes me feel old. My name's Barry. Barry Jones.
Oh, yes.
And you're?
I'm the hotel receptionist.
Yes, but I'm sure you have a name.
Yes.
Well, can you help me? Where can I get some theatre tickets, please?
At Robinson's Ticket Agency. It's across the road. It's a very good one.
Thanks. Oh, and can you recommend a good show? Is there a show you want to see, for example?
Excuse me. Ask that gentleman, Mr. Jones. I'm sure he can recommend something.
Recommend?
A show and a restaurant. Something that she will like.
Oh. I see. Well, you can get a good meal at Luigi's. That's a good Italian restaurant. And there's a very good play at the National Theatre.
A play?
She looks like a serious girl to me.
Oh? Yes, perhaps you're right. We can eat at Luigi's restaurant, then see a play at the National Theatre. How's that?
Very good.
Well, when are you free? Tonight?
Me?
Yes, I'd like you to have dinner with me and come to the theatre.
I see. Can my husband come too?
Your husband?
Yes.
Excuse me.
Yes, madam.
I've got a problem with one of my shoes. Where can I get it repaired, please?
At Mason's. That's the shoe shop in the high street. Turn right outside the hotel. But it's quite a long way, I'm afraid.
Can I help? I've got my car outside.
That's very kind. Thank you.
What did you recommend? A meal at Luigi's restaurant and the play at the National Theatre?
That's right.
Tonight?
Yes?
Yes, please.
Right. I'll see you at 6.
6? Bye.
Can you recommend a good show?
There's a very good play at the National Theatre.
Six meters. Well, what are your interests?
Oh, they're very general. We're interested in the theatre. Can you recommend a good show?
Well, do you like comedies?
Yes, we do.
Well, there's a very good play at the National Theatre. I can recommend it.
So these pages tell you where you can hire a car. Look, car hire. If you ring these numbers, they'll tell you how much it costs a day. I can recommend that one. It's quite a good garage and they hire cars. And then for those books you want to buy. Here we are, booksellers. I'm afraid I don't know where you'll find the special books you want, but you can ring these shops. You'll find them at one of them. Take this with you to your room. You can bring it back later. Now, where can I get my hair done? At Tracy's, yes. Can I help you?
Yes, Margaret Hicks is staying here.
Margaret Hicks? The Margaret Hicks?
That's right, but perhaps she's using a different name.
Margaret Hicks? Of course, I know who she is. She went out, but she'll be back soon. So, we've got someone famous in the hotel.
You certainly have.
Oh, you're from a newspaper.
That's right.
Hello. Hello.
Where can I get my hair done?
Where is this dinner with Prince Philip?
In Brighton.
Brighton.
It's all right, you can stay overnight. We've booked a hotel for you.
Brighton? But where can I get my hair done?
There's a hairdresser's in the hotel. You can get it done there.
This is Cranbrook, a small town in Kent, about 40 miles southeast of London. Most of the towns and villages in Britain have a high street. It's usually in the centre. Sometimes it can be very busy. The high street is where you can get most things that you need. Cranbrook is an old town. It hasn't changed much in the last 200 years, and the traffic can't move quickly through the narrow streets. In the high street, there are lots of different shops. At the travel agents, you can book a holiday or buy an airline ticket. And the chemist shop will sell cosmetics and perfumes as well as medicine. Across the road at the estate agents, you can buy a house or a flat. Let's go inside one of the busiest shops in the high street. It's the butcher's. Friday morning is always a busy time here. That's when the local housewives do their weekend shopping.
2 rump steaks. Is that all right for one? $1.36 altogether. Yeah. Is that all right for the other one? Or is that too small? That's all right. Got 12 3/4 an ounce there. That's the 188.
That's the George Hotel on the right. You can get bed and breakfast there if you're visiting Cranbrook. But these ladies are more interested in buying some fresh fruit. This is a greengrocer's shop. Cranbrook is only a small town, but it's typical of others in Britain. And so is Cranbrook High Street.
It's almost the end of the program again, but don't forget what we learned today. Where can I get some flowers? There's a flower shop. Can you recommend a good show? There's a very good play at the National Theatre. Where can I get my hair done?
Miss Hicks?
I'm Mrs. Davies, really.
But you are Margaret Hicks, the writer?
She is, and a very good writer, too.
Can I talk to you for a few minutes, please? And can we take a picture?
Here's something interesting. There's a concert on Sunday at the Royal Opera House.
Yes, I'd like to go to that. Let's get some tickets.
Right.
Hello. Today's program is about when you do things, or when you did things. It's about when things happen and when things happened. But it's also about a young secretary and the things she would like to happen.
Ah, there you are, Susan. Is everything okay?
For your business trip, yes. You leave on Monday morning at 8. First you go to Paris, then on Tuesday evening you go to Hamburg. You stay in Hamburg until Thursday evening. Then you go to Munich. You come back from Munich on Saturday evening.
Good.
It's like the last trip, isn't it? Exactly the same. Yes, I remember. You left on Monday at 8 and went to Paris. Then you went to Hamburg and stayed until Thursday evening.
That's right. Then I went to Munich and came back on Saturday evening.
You are lucky.
Lucky?
To travel like that.
It is a business trip, you know, Sue. I had to talk about business most of the time.
But at least you talk business in Paris. And in Hamburg. And in Munich.
Yes, that's true. On my last trip, I certainly talked business in Paris. In Hamburg. And in Munich.
And you fly everywhere. That's wonderful. Flying is wonderful.
Sometimes.
And we now hope that the 6 o'clock flight will leave at 11 o'clock. Thank you.
Well, what are you going to do next week, Sue?
Oh, nothing much. There's a concert at the festival hall on Wednesday. I'm going to that with my sister. And there's a film I want to see, so I'm going to go to the cinema one evening. There are my evening classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and there's a television program I want to see on Monday. It's going to be a quiet week, not like you. Paris, Hamburg, Munich. I wish it was my business trip.
So do I, Sue. So do I.
You leave on Monday morning at 8. There's a concert at the festival hall on Wednesday.
Well, that's that, Mr. Green. You start on Monday morning at 8.
Yes.
And good luck.
Thanks. There was just one other question.
Yes.
I wanted to ask about luncheon vouchers.
Ah.
Cheerio, then.
Bye, Julie. Have a good time.
Thanks.
Bye.
Nothing to do tonight, Sue?
There's a program I want to see on television.
Okay. Don't forget the concert on Wednesday.
No. Bye.
Bye.
Do you mind if I watch television, Mum?
No, dear.
Perhaps one day I'll be on television. And now I'm going to ask you, who are they? For instance, who is this? He was born in 1564 and died in 1616. He went to school in Stratford-on-Avon. Julie?
William Shakespeare.
Very good. That was easy. Now try this one. She was born in 1819 and died in 1901. Her mother was German and her husband was German. Yes, Jason?
Queen Victoria.
Right. That's one to each team. So here's one more question. She was born in 1955 in Surbiton. She became a secretary in 1974. Who is she?
I don't know.
Neither do I.
Tell us the answer, please.
Who is she?
I'm sure you know her. It's me. Me. Me.
What did you say, dear?
Oh, nothing, Mum.
Aren't you going to watch that television program?
No. No, I think I'll read instead. Shakespeare was born in 1564. He went to school in Stratford-on-Avon. He died in 1616.
This story you wrote.
Yes?
Peter Jones was born in 1924.
Yes.
He went to school in Brightly.
Yes?
He died in 1979.
Yes.
Do you know anything else about him?
No.
That's dear. That's not very interesting.
Julie,
Come in, Sue.
what are you doing?
I'm reading this old diary.
Is it interesting?
Not really. I didn't do very much 10 years ago. Listen to this. I'm going to a football match with Michael on Saturday. Saturday. I went to a football match with Michael today. It's always the same. I always said what I was going to do. Listen. Good news. There's a birthday party at Mandy's on Friday, September the 3rd. It starts at 10 o'clock and goes on all night. Stephen is going to be there.
Stephen now.
Here we are. Last night I went to a birthday party at Mandy's. It started at 10 o'clock and went on all night. Stephen was wonderful.
Was he?
Yes, I remember him.
You always knew what you were going to do, and you did it. Not like me. I'm a dreamer.
I'm going to a football match on Saturday. Last night, I went to a birthday party.
What are you going to do at the weekend?
Well, I'm going to the football match on Saturday.
Thought you went last night.
No, last night I went to a party.
Was it good?
Yeah.
Some people go away on business to London, Paris or Rome. Some people go to parties every night, but I always stay at home. I was born in a little town in 1952. I went to school and I found a job, but my dreams didn't come true. When will my dreams come true? What am I going to do?
If you want your dreams to come true, you have to start dreaming. Start dreaming. Start dreaming. Start dreaming. Start dreaming.
Right. Today we learnt you leave on Monday morning at 8. There's a concert at the festival hall on Wednesday. Shakespeare was born in 1564. He went to school in Stratford-on-Avon. He died in 1616. I'm going to a football match on Saturday. Last night, I went to a birthday party.
Do you like it, Sue? Yes, very much.
What's it like? Looks good.
It is good. It's very good.
Hello. Today we're going to learn how to talk about what things are like. For example, how would you tell someone about your house or flat? Here's a girl who's telling her friend about where she lives.
This new flat looks very nice, Barbara.
Well, it's not really big enough, you know.
I've got a place in King Street.
What's it like?
Well, the place itself's all right, but there's a woman who lives downstairs.
And she's not all right?
She laughs a lot.
Laughs a lot? Well, that's okay.
When I say she laughs a lot, I mean a lot.
Well, here we are.
Yes. Is this the living room?
That's right. During the day, it's the living room.
Only during the day?
Yes. At night. It's a bedroom.
I see. And there's a kitchen.
The kitchen.
Oh, yes. Is the cooker gas or electric?
Gas, dear. My husband says it's laughing gas. Laughing gas. He likes to laugh, my husband.
And there's a fridge.
Oh, yes. Yes.
It's got central heating.
Here we are, dear. It's a very warm room. And comfortable.
Bathroom and toilet?
Outside, turn left, dear.
Do we all use the same bathroom and toilet?
Oh, there's another toilet downstairs, dear. But we all use the same bathroom. Oh, not at the same time, of course. Oh, I'll tell Bill about that. We all use the same bathroom. But not at the same time.
I see what you mean. She does laugh a lot.
Yes, but the room's not too expensive. It costs £60 a month. And it's got a gas cooker, fridge, central heating.
Is there a television?
No, but it doesn't matter. With a woman downstairs, who needs a television?
What's it like?
The room's not too expensive.
Are you living in your new flat yet?
Yeah, I've just moved in.
What's it like?
It's all right. It's not too expensive.
Hello, darling.
Hello. That looks very nice, Richard.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
Can I help?
No. Please, sit down. The meal is ready.
It is.
Yes, I said I would cook the meal tonight.
I know, but...
But what?
Well...
You didn't think I could do it, did you?
Of course I did. What are we going to eat?
Wait and see.
All right.
There.
It looks wonderful, darling. A real English meal. Roast beef, roast potatoes, Yorkshire pudding.
And 2 vegetables. Cheers.
Cheers.
Well?
It looks good and it is good. But the potatoes need a little salt. I'll get it.
No, Barbara.
Richard,
Yes, darling.
what's this?
That?
Yes, and this. It looks terrible.
Yes, it does. And it is terrible. Please sit down and finish your meal, darling.
But what is it?
Yorkshire pudding, roast beef, and roast potatoes.
I see. What happened?
Well, I had an accident.
What about this?
I bought it at the corner restaurant.
Ah. Well, we'll go there tomorrow.
Why?
I can talk to the cook. He certainly knows how to make very good Yorkshire pudding. It looks good, and it is good. Cheers.
What shall we have?
Oh, that looks good.
Oh, what about this?
Oh, yes, I've had that before. It looks good, and it is good.
Here we are then!
I bought a car yesterday.
Bought a car? Did you really? Something good, I hope. I've got an old Bentley myself. Look, I've got some pictures.
It looks new.
Ah, but it's old. It's 55 years old.
No, is it really?
It's green and it's got 2 doors. It's bigger than the early Bentley, of course.
It certainly looks longer than a modern car.
It is. And who wants a modern car when you can get a car like that?
Peter.
Yes?
Richard said he bought a car yesterday.
Oh, yes. Is it a modern car?
Yes, it's new, I'm afraid. It's not as good as your Bentley, of course.
Well, some new cars are all right.
Come and see us tomorrow in your new Bentley and we'll show you our new car.
Oh, right. Thanks.
And now that's enough about cars. Let's talk about something else.
It looks longer than a modern car. It's not as good as your Bentley.
Whose is that?
My brother's car.
Looks really old.
It is, and expensive. But he's got a good job.
Looks longer than a modern car.
It's not as good as a modern car. I don't think so. But my brother likes old cars.
Worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
Blue, green, yellow, black, white, colors of the night. Red, blue, green, yellow, black, white, dark and light, day and night.
Here's an exciting way to travel to Britain. By hovercraft. The hovercraft is the quickest route across the Channel. It only takes about 35 minutes to travel from France to Ramsgate or Dover. The hovercraft is something special. It's not a ship, it's not an aircraft. It travels just above the water. What's it like to travel across the English Channel by hovercraft? Let's ask a few passengers who are making the trip.
I don't know what it's like when the weather's rough, but at the moment it's nice and flat. It's very pleasant.
It's great. I wish I'd clean the windows once in a while.
I quite enjoy it. It's great fun, actually. I love it.
Well, I've been working half the time, and I took my family along with me. And I've had half holiday and half work.
It's such a sensation. I've been kidding them about we're going to go to the moon.
Hovercraft are big enough to carry coaches and cars, as well as passengers. It's much quicker than going by ship. At the end of the trip, the hovercraft comes straight out of the sea, and then it sits down on the ground. Maybe you want to try something different when you come to Britain next time. Coming by hovercraft is different. And now, the important language from today's program. What's it like? The room's not too expensive. It looks good, and it is good. Cheers. It looks longer than a modern car. It's not as good as your Bentley.
Come on in. Richard's in here with Toby.
What do you think of her?
I like the way she smiles.
Is that all?
Oh, hello again. What do you think of Frank Sinatra? I like him. I like the way he sings. But what do you think? You like him because... or you don't like him because... We often talk about who we like and who we don't like. And that's what these two girls are doing.
Hello, Kate. Oh, hello, Amanda. Shakespeare? Yes. Hamlet. I'm reading Keats. Oh, yes. Kate? Yes? What do you think of Bob Wells? Do you like him? Well, I think he's very nice. I like the way he smiles. And I like the way he speaks, too. He's got a sexy voice. Sexy voice? Shh. And he is very nice, Kate. He helps you if you can't understand something. He helped me yesterday. Oh, yes. So what do you think of him? I don't know him, really. Perhaps he's nice, but he's very quiet. He never says anything. There he is. There, you see. Don't you like the way he smiles? I thought you were going out with Matthew. Isn't he your boyfriend? Shh! Bob's coming over.
Hello, Amanda.
Hello, Bob.
Hello, Kate.
Shh! Hi.
Are you still reading Keats, Amanda?
Yes.
Kate,
Yes?
are you interested in modern art?
Yes, I am.
Well, would you like to come to the City Gallery on Saturday? They're showing some modern pictures.
Yes, all right.
Good. I'll see you later and tell you about it.
Okay.
Bye.
Well. What do you think of Bob?
I think he's very nice.
I like the way he smiles.
What do you think of Ted Jones?
He's okay. I like the way he lets us get on with it.
Yes. I think he knows his job.
Hello, are you busy? No, you're not.
Hello. Do you want a cup of coffee?
Yes, please. You've got some new records.
No, they're not mine. I've got some of Tom's records and he's got some of mine.
Cleo Lane? What do you think of her singing?
I think it's very good.
And there's a Jack Jones record here. I really like the way he sings. Let's listen to him.
Sorry.
Oh, why not? He's a better singer than any of these.
It's not better than Cleo Lane. He's a different kind of singer.
Different and better. Cleo Lane doesn't sing as well as Jack Jones. So let's listen to Jack Jones.
I like Cleo Lane, but we can't listen to either of them. The record player's broken.
Oh, no. All these records and no record player.
Never mind. I'm here and you're here.
Water.
What?
The water for the coffee. It's ready.
Oh, yes. Oh, sorry. No. Coffee.
No record player and no coffee. You always forget to buy coffee.
Never mind. I'm here and you're here.
Well, we're not listening to records and we aren't having a cup of coffee.
Never mind. I'm here and you're here.
Sorry, I've got some work to do.
Amanda.
Never mind. You're here and these are here. Have a good time.
What do you think of her singing?
I like the way she walks, I like the way she talks, I really like the way she smiles. She does it all the time.
But what does she think of you?
I'm sure she likes me too.
Don't like the way he walks, don't like the way he talks, I don't like the way he smiles. He does it all the time.
But what does he think of you?
I don't know. Do you?
one's by Carter. What do you think of him?
I think he paints very well.
What is it?
Amanda isn't here.
Amanda?
It's Kate and Bob. And they're talking about me.
What do you think of her, Kate?
I don't think she's very nice. What a face.
Yes, terrible.
Her legs are too thin.
And she's got a big head.
Her boyfriend's no better. I don't like the look on his face.
And his arms are too long. He's like an animal.
Oh, what a pair.
Yes.
Matthew, what do you think of Kate?
I don't like the way she walks.
And I don't like the way she talks, or the way she smiles, or the way she laughs.
And I don't like the way she says things about her friends and laughs at them.
And Bob's no better. In fact, he's worse than she is.
I think he paints very well. I don't like the way she walks.
There were two men.
These students are at an English language school in Kent. They've been somewhere special. Listen to what they have to say about it.
They were
working very hard.
right.
The students were out enjoying themselves, but the teacher was working at home. She asked them what they were doing when she was working at home.
We went with two buses to near Sandwich in a pub. We went for a sing-along.
You went to a
pub.
right. You all went to a pub. Okay. And when you got to the pub, what did you do? What did you do when you got to the pub?
There was the lady with who we had a song 3 months ago. We sung English songs.
Okay. So what were you doing in the pub, Andre?
We were singing.
Okay.
Different songs. Different songs.
We were singing.
We were singing English songs.
Right.
Not only English.
We were singing English songs, and
we were drinking
English beer.
Lager.
He's going to be a soldier in the army of the Lord. He's going to be a soldier in the army of the Lord. He's going to be a soldier in the army of the Lord. And his soul is marching on. Lord.
An English pub is often full of noise and full of people. They come to drink, but that's not all. The pub is a meeting place where you can see old friends, have a drink, and enjoy the friendly atmosphere.
We'll hang Robin Davis on the sour apple tree. We'll hang Robin Davis on the sour apple tree. Hooray! Hang Robin Davis on the sour apple tree as we go marching on. Right. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. your beer. You don't have to sing all the time. Have plenty of beer. I'm going to have some.
What were you drinking, Christina?
Also whiskey.
You were drinking whiskey?
Yes.
Okay. Andrea, what were you drinking?
Coke.
You were drinking Coca-Cola. Okay. What were you drinking?
I was drinking beer.
You were drinking beer?
Yeah.
What's the difference between beer and lager? Lager, beer.
Oh, I don't know.
Bitter is a really English beer. But there's a Guinness beer. It's a dark beer. That's English is English as well. But most people drink lager beer, and that's basically German beer, and it's a lot of bubbles in there. And
yeah, that's right. Yes.
It's not very strong.
Okay.
All beer I don't like.
Why?
I prefer wine. Finer.
It's finer, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You think perhaps it's not so nice for a lady to be seen with a pint of beer?
Well, before we end, let me remind you of what we learnt today. What do you think of Bob? I think he's very nice. I like the way he smiles. What do you think of her singing? I think he paints very well. I don't like the way she walks.
Amanda!
We were talking about that painting. Look!
Thin legs, big head.
A man with long arms.